everyone, welcome back and thank you so much for tuning in to another video here on my channel. Today I have yet another Folia House haul. Now I wasn't planning on doing this haul and I'm going to start by giving you a bit of background about my relationship with Folia House. I firstly want to state that this video is not sponsored. I wish. This is completely all my own thoughts and opinions and based on all my own experiences, of which with Folia House there have been many. So I have bought plants from Folia House quite a few times now. I haven't actually ever been into their store. The reason this has been is because firstly, when I started buying plants from them, it was COVID. So I wasn't actually able to travel the distance, which was at the time, we weren't able to travel more than 5 kilometers away from our house. I wasn't actually able to go in store. But they had such an amazing range of plants at really, really competitive prices. So my first order I got delivered, and then my second order I got delivered, and then my third order I got delivered. And if you've seen my Folia House hauls before, you know that I have nothing but amazing things to say about their delivery service. Especially during the height of COVID, getting plants in general was a nightmare. Having them posted was even scarier because our postal services were so slow. You didn't want to invest in a whole bunch of plants and think that they're all going to die sitting in a postal depot somewhere while they take 6 weeks to get to you from a place that's a 45-minute drive away. Folia House use their own delivery service. I don't know if it's outsourced to a third party, but their delivery service is absolutely fantastic. You get full updates of when your plant is coming. Like, I'm talking, you have a GPS tracker on the driver, so you know where he is, like a total creep, like it's Uber Eats. You can follow him on his way to your house. The delivery men are always fantastic. They always take extra care with the plants to ensure that they do come in a really, really good condition. I have had plants before that have been delivered and they've just been bashed around in a box by delivery people who don't care. So it's really important to me to recognize that they are so fantastic in the service that they do provide when it comes to delivery. But you can also, with this place, click and collect and obviously go into the store. Which brings me to today. It was actually a really spur of the moment decision to head on into the city. They're based at 155 Victoria Street in Melbourne, which is just it's just on the outward facing side of Queen Vic Market. I actually found a park really quickly, which I wasn't expecting to do, especially considering today's a market day. But I was super excited to just, pull the trigger and head on into the store in person. And guys, I bought some things. I didn't actually come back with all the plants that I wanted. I did find that not all of the plants that they stock on the website will necessarily be in store. So there were 2 Hoya that I was looking for that I wasn't able to get. But all in all, I'm not mad with the selection that they had. They had some beautiful pots, and just, I was amazed by how many plants they'd fit into that small space. It's not a huge store, but they worked with what they had. So without further ado, I think I'm just going to jump into it and show you what I bought. So the first plant I want to show you is this Rhipsalis. I've been wanting a Rhipsalis for a really long time. I believe this one is a Pilocarpa, and I really like his little furry bits as well. He's super healthy, super bushy, and I know he's going to grow really, really well. I think he was only $10, so really, really competitive price for a super bushy, healthy plant. Plant number 2 is a plant I actually wasn't planning on getting, but while I was waiting at the counter having my other plants wrapped up, it's just like being in a supermarket when they've got the candy bars and stuff next to the register. I kind of did that with this, sorry, still in his paper. With this air plant, who's actually sitting on a bit of amethyst. I think they've just called it crystal, but I'm not entirely sure. Let me just pull the back off him here, just so you can get a better look. I have never owned an air plant before, and I've always been super curious about them. So when I was waiting at the counter and I saw that he was only $10 or $12, I definitely grabbed him. He's super interesting. He's got almost this pink, I don't know whether the camera's picking up, but he's almost got this pink iridescence on the further lengths of his leaves, I guess you would say, which overall just, it's a wonderful viewing experience, if I'm honest. He's super cool to look at. He's very feminine, which is not really my vibe in general, but like, I'm not mad for $12. I have this whole new plant and I get to learn how to take care of him, which should be fun. The next plant I have here is an Arizona snowcap cactus. I have been looking at these for a while and it was just not this plant that I was just gonna buy by itself. So I was kind of waiting until I bought some more plants until I got him. But I think he almost looks cartoony in how cute he is. And if you look a little bit closer over here, you'll actually see that he is flowering, which is gonna be an exciting experience, not only owning this plant for the first time, but getting to watch him bloom. He looks like, as I mentioned, he looks almost cartoony. He reminds me of how a piped cactus would look on a cake. So I promise I won't eat him. I don't think he's safe to eat. But yeah, again, just a super interesting, fun little plant and super inexpensive as well. All right, second last, we have a watermelon peperomia. This is a plant that has been harder to get because of COVID here in Melbourne, I have personally found. And he was only $22. So I definitely picked him up when I came across him. I think his leaves are super, super interesting. Again, they kind of resemble what a watermelon looks like. But you do get this beautiful kind of, it's almost silver. It's a creamy silver, I guess, pattern on his leaves. And he is in super good health, pushing out lots of new growth. If you actually, let me try and pull him out of this plastic thing. I'm gonna be making a mess. You'll see if you get a closer look in here that he is pushing off lots of new growth. So that tells me that he is a happy little boy and he is definitely, hopefully, going to thrive once I pot him up. Last but definitely not least is this plant here. Now I can't even talk. I'm a bit giddy to talk about him because he is a wish list plant that I randomly came across. So I think I'm just going to introduce him because I'm not really one for really dragging things out. This is a Colocasia black velvet. And I think it's pretty obvious why I bought him. You get these super black leaves. I think they're kind of purple, but they really present as black. They also have super interesting undersides. If you look at the back here, you get these deep purple veins as well. So beautiful to look at from above and below and from the front and behind. I do have this new leaf that's coming through here, which is very green, which tells me that once these leaves do harden off, that's when they do take on that blacker, darker hue. The care instructions say that he needs full sun, part shade, and to keep moist, which I don't even look at care instructions on those labels anymore because I think they're a load of shit. I think I'm gonna care for him just how I'm gonna care for all my other Colocasias. I do have an Esquilenta plant that has been doing super, super well. He just does not stop giving me babies. Like I remove them, more pop up. I remove them, more pop up. So I think he's gonna be pretty happy and healthy in his new spot. One little thing I will touch on just quickly is that one thing I've noticed with my other Colocasia is that they are super prone to spider mites. And I don't want to say that they're prone to spider mites, but once they get spider mites, it is a real challenge, to put it nicely, to get rid of them. They just seem to love Colocasia. I don't know what it is. That spider mites just, it's their thing. So if you do have a Colocasia or you're thinking about bringing one home, I would firstly, if you can, if you're buying it in person from a store, definitely give the plant a good look over, especially for spider mites. And when you get it home, it is just something that you do want to keep an eye on. So I'd recommend checking once a week even. I kind of give all my leaves a look over roughly once a week. just to make sure that firstly he is growing healthily, and secondly that you're not seeing any evidence of spider mites. I generally see them on the back sides of the leaves first, especially when it comes to like my heart and arrow shaped leaf plants. They do tend to sit behind this top part of the leaf here. And also under the undersides here. So definitely do give them a good look over once a week just to make sure that they're healthy and growing as best they can. But guys, honestly, I'm in love. He's so pretty. Thank you for tuning in to another Folia House haul. What is this channel without a Folia House haul, really? I really appreciate you tuning in. If you want to keep up to date with any of my videos, we do currently have the A to Z of Plant series running here. So definitely hit subscribe, like this video if you like what you saw, and I will see you in the next one. Have a great day, guys. Bye.